Hi, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and mute you all. There we go. Much better. Okay. And wait for everybody to get in. All right, we're going to give it till 7:05, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have a bunch of stuff I'm going to talk about today, not one topic, a couple of things that were brought up to me. So I figured I'll just talk about it at the meeting. You guys know that I have a Shein addiction, that website, that app. I'm like obsessed with it. It's so scary. It's like scary. It's scary. This is today's delivery. I have another one tomorrow and another one after. The thing is though, like right here, all this was like $60. My sister shakes her head no. Mary's like, yeah, that's not bad.
Do you need it?
No, but there's such fun things. Like, look at all these cool colors and all this stuff. Here's my thought. Because I can get so much for like nothing, I can wear it once and then pass it on. So I'm going to bring it all to Orange Theory and give it away to other people. Because I'm not going to wear it more than once. If I take a picture in it and post it on social media, I'll never wear it again. So I'm going to just keep buying it, just keep giving it away. All right, I don't know where everybody is tonight. Graduations and a bunch of other crap. So I'm going to get started. We are recording. Danae's like, yes, I'm a teacher. And I'm praying for teachers and students, and just breaks my heart about Texas. So don't want to go without mentioning that. Okay, so couple of things I want to mention. Nobody in here, but thank you for those. Actually, yes, I'm lying. Thank you for those that decided to join the affiliate program and get their link. And there's a couple of people you in here. Tanae's like, oh shit, I forgot to look. I did go in and approve everyone that tried to do it, and it doesn't cost anything, but it's just easier for me to keep track of referrals because you guys are always referring people, which I appreciate. And that's the next thing. Don't forget, you get $10 off. And then the person you refer gets $10 off. So 10 for each of you when you refer somebody to the program. The next session, I'm letting all the new people in on April 7th. They start coaching on the 11th, and then they join you on the 18th. That's when you guys start your next session. Okay. So somebody said they have a really hard time going to restaurants. And just really quick, I have to show you something. This is what my issue is. They like sent it to me all day long. Okay, they want me to shop. But at least I haven't bought any new sneakers. And I don't want to hit stop because I want to keep getting those. I have a problem. Okay. I went from gum chewing to shopping because I had to give up gum chewing. So when you go to a restaurant, of course, we all want what we normally would have, right? Mac and cheese or nachos or whatever it is. But if you're looking to change your habits, unfortunately, you can't have that, or you have to have less of what you normally would eat. Same thing if you're ordering in or ordering out or whatever the case is. And I want to use something as an example. First, you always need to ask questions. They don't know who you are, and they don't know if you have a medical condition. They don't know why you're, ordering from them or whatever the case is. The other day I was showing Mike that if we order from a Chinese restaurant, and you ask them for a chicken with rice and teriyaki, you ask them what kind of chicken you're going to get, and they're going to tell you it is thigh meat. But if you don't ask them, it's already mixed up in the sauce and you have no idea what kind of meat it is. Thigh has triple the amount of fat that chicken breast has. It has most of the time better flavor because chicken breast has like literally no fat in it. But when you call and order restaurants, the first thing you should ask is, what kind of meat is it? Is it breast or is it thigh? Because Chinese restaurants, hopefully no one owns one, will put in on their paper just chicken. They won't tell you what kind of meat it is. And then when you ask them, they have to tell you. And if they tell you it's thigh, you tell them you want chicken breast and you want it with the teriyaki or whatever it is on the side. And you do that for two reasons. One, because they'll lie to you. Two, it's a lot easier to track and log if everything is separate. If you have them put the teriyaki sauce on your chicken, you're going to guess, I don't know, maybe an ounce or two is on there. Bullshit. But if they put it in a little cup and you take it with you, you can put it in your measuring cup when you get it, and you'll know exactly how much sauce is there. Teriyaki sauce is full of sugar, so that's all carbs. And what prompted me to talk about this, because I saw somebody put on there that they put their meal from their Chinese restaurant. So I reached out to them and I said, well, what did you get? And they told me, and I was like, well, do you know what kind of meat it was? And they're like, no. I'm like, then how did you even know to log it? Like, how would you know? So you have to ask. If you normally get white rice, that's fine. White rice and brown rice, all the same crap. Rice is rice. Don't trick yourself in thinking that brown rice is better than white rice. It's really not. So if you'd like to taste the white rice better, just eat white rice. Just log it. But the most important thing is to ask for sauce on the side wherever you go. So you know you're logging exactly the right amount of sauce you're getting. Great example this weekend when we went away, Mike kept getting like Béarnaise sauce and hollandaise sauce. And finally I was like, how much sauce do you think is on there? And I'm the worst person to go out for dinner with. You do not want to go out for dinner with me. It's not fun. And Mike's like, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon of Béarnaise is on here. And I was like, okay. So I asked the waitress, I'm like, can you ask the chef just to put the Béarnaise sauce in a souffle cup for me? I said, just so I can see. It was a full souffle cup that the cook said he used. Like, that's what he gave me. That's like 3 ounces, a souffle cup. Mike, if he were logging, would have put a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and then wonder at the end of the week why he didn't lose weight. He might have remained the same, but it's because the tracking is not as accurate as it could be. And so when you go to a restaurant, you really need to break down what you're eating, is my point. So if you're getting tacos and they're fish tacos, and if the restaurant does not have a nutrition report, you know, you can go online and see nutrition reports and stuff. Or if it's not a confirmed entry in MyFitnessPal from the restaurant, which is usually signified by a blue dot, I think, or a check mark or something, you need to break it down. How much mahi is in there? How much tomato is in there? You can't just put in, 2 mahi tacos. You need to do 2 taco shells, 2 of this, 2 of that. That's the way you're going to get the most accurate reading. And that's the way you're really going to get to eat more of what you want when you go out at restaurants. If you want a cheeseburger, you need to ask them, what kind of meat are you guys using for your burgers? I have a heart condition. They have no idea if you need to eat a lower kind of meat, if they have certain, some places have like that ragu meat, and then they have the other meat, and the other meat, ragu, is that what it's called? That really meat that they sell at Okeechobee Steakhouse. It's like really expensive, but it's really fat. When you bring it out, it's just this big white marble in the center. Well, when they make it into a burger, they don't take that white marble out. When they make hot dogs, they don't take the white marble out. Wagyu, thank you. Wagyu. I said ragu. Wagyu, not spaghetti sauce. So you really need to ask questions. They can't tell you that they're not going to tell you. They might not know, but at least you're asking, you have an idea. When I go to restaurants, I always say, can I get broccoli dry? Or I'll say, can you cook my broccoli well? Just seasoning, dry seasoning. They cannot tell you, no, ma'am, we're too busy. We can't do that for you. They're going to do it for you. They might not be happy, but they're going to do it. And if you go to the same place all the time, like we do, they'll eventually know that they have to do that. Like, oh God, here comes Shannon, you know, but if you are sticking to what you're knowing and what you're doing, then that's what you have to do when you go out to a restaurant. You can't wing it. Winging it's not going to fly, you know, when you go to weigh in on Monday after you go to a restaurant, unfortunately. The good news is a lot of stuff is on MyFitnessPal, and the stuff that's not, you just kind of break it down and enter it individually. Please do not let me reach out to you and say, hey, that burger, did you build that? No, I just found one and I figured I'd plug it in. You have no idea what's in that burger. You have no idea what's in that turkey club. You have no idea what's on that Cobb salad that you just picked. You have to build it. It's easy. It takes 3 minutes, 3 seconds. Just put everything in there and you're done. I don't even care if you make a recipe. I never make recipes. I just put in each individual item under my meals. Every single thing. Let me see if I had anything to eat like that today. Because I log every single day. I have a different app. I have a professional app, but I do the same thing you guys do every single day. And I try to hit my macros just like you guys do. So I still have 15 proteins left. I'll have some tuna before I go to bed so I can get it under that 15. But otherwise, everything else, I have 1 fat left and 3 carbs left. But I break everything down. I'm trying to see if I had anything I had to break down. No, I didn't have anything to break down because I just said sweet potato. I'm gonna have sweet potato fries, broccoli, and turkey burgers for dinner. So that was easy. But if Mike were to be home and ask me to order in, I would have to break that down. Now, if it's nights that we have HelloFresh, I know that there's entries in there for HelloFresh, but I break it down because I don't eat the full serving. So if it's meat or chicken or whatever, I put it in. And if he's using their sour cream, I put in half of that serving, and I do it individually. A lot of times it's not correct what they have in there as entries. So I like to break everything down. The closer I get to it, the happier I am, because I feel like I have more food. So please, please, please remember that. And I'm not a big pusher on measuring and weighing stuff at home, but if you're a big restaurant person, if you start measuring at home, you'll be more intuitive outside of the home. You'll be able to visualize it more. And that's how I was trying, I guess, to practice it this weekend, you know, with telling Mike what he was eating and not eating, to the point where he's like, just let me eat. I'm on vacation, which I did. But practice at home. The more you practice at home, the better you're going to be outside in restaurants. Guessing as best as possible if you don't know. So if you have an entry that says 10 grams of fat and you have an entry that's 50 grams of fat, I always like to find something in middle ground. Or if it has 30 proteins and another entry you see has 48 proteins, I always look for something in the middle. I would love to say I go to the high side, but I don't go to the high side because I like food and I don't want to take up a lot of my food. So I just go in the middle. There's got to be an entry that's correct somewhere, but just your best guess possible. No one's perfect and nothing's going to be perfect. Okay. That being said, that's done with. I just wanted to talk about restaurants because I know a lot of people go out, especially summer's coming. We go out a lot. Okay. I want you guys to think about, are you in a caloric deficit? A caloric deficit means that you work out more than you're eating, right? That's a deficit. You're burning more calories than what you're eating. And if you are tracking every day and you're hitting your numbers every day, you're in a caloric deficit because I've worked it out for you by what you've told me. But I'm going to show you something. I wrote down 2 different people's clients' logs, and both of these people can't figure out why they're not losing weight. Okay. So I'm just going to show you something really quick. And I'm actually going to cover up who they are because I don't want to call them out. So I went back from the 16th through the 22nd. Okay. And I went in, and first thing I did was look at their lines, right? And then I start sliding over and I start seeing red and blue and blue and red and red and red and red and red. And then, oh my gosh, red. But then they realize, shit, it's Monday. I need to start tracking better. And then they get into the thing, right? So then I start to look at their numbers. So on the 16th, their numbers, their main calories is 1,367. The one day, oh, so okay, so 1418 was one day, 1312, 1423, 1186, 1529, and 1637. The last day that I showed you was this day, right? She was on her calories, but she was over 13 fats. So remember, we track macros, right? So one day she was over 23 fats, one day she was over 33 fats, and one day she was over 13 fats. But to me, so she says to me, but there was a day that I only had 1,186 calories, so didn't that make up for it? That's not how it works. If you're going over, so if you multiplied, let's say just a random number, 30, because she had 33 one day, times 9, because that's how many calories are in a fat, that's 270 calories over for the week, where you need to be 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound deficit. If you do that every day, you're going to be at 3,100 a deficit or 3,200 a deficit. You have 35, it's science. You have to be in a deficit of 3,500 calories in a week to lose 1 pound. So it has to be every single day, right? Here's another one. I'm not going to show you hers. I'll just read you. So the number is 1328. I did the 16th to the 22nd, and this one I actually went a little bit deeper. 1303, 1307, 1507, 1244, 1340, 1454, and 1438. Her number is 1328. So she went over half of the week every day, or at least half the week, 4 days, right? That made her total calories for the week 9,613. The average day was 1445. Mind you, her calories are 1328. So she's, no matter what, she averagely went over regardless, right? She, in order for her to have a deficit compared to her exercise, she needs to be at least, if you divide 3,500 by 7, and what's 500 a day, right? 7 divided by 3,500 is 500 a day. Yeah, 500 a day. So in 3 of those days, her deficit was only 409 compared to her exercise. So she did not hit her 3,500 calories by like 150 calories, but you're not going to lose that weight. It's not numbers that I'm giving you. It's a number that's by, I want to say by law, but 3,500 calorie deficit is 1 pound. I can't shift it. I can't raise the bar. I can't make a curve. It's not a test. You have to be in a deficit to lose weight. For the scale to move, you have to be in a deficit. If you are not working out the way you told me you're working out, you have to tell me. Because I gave you, let's say, 1,587 calories, totally pulling in that out of my 1,587 calories, because you told me you're working out 4 days a week. You're telling me you're doing this. So now you're at this caloric number, but now I'm looking at your app and I'm only seeing 1,187 calories every day. There's no way you're going to lose weight. So if you're going over your numbers or you're not doing as much as you're telling me your exercise, the scale will not move. Everybody understands that, right? And I'm talking to you guys, but you guys, all your scales are moving. So I know, and you're here and you're engaged. So I know that you guys all get it, but I'm just saying in general, for those that are not here, because there's only 7 of you in the meeting tonight. You guys know how many people are in the app, right? Okay, I talk about it all the time. So there's a couple of things I wrote down here, big letters, 3,500 calories. So I wouldn't forget to say it 10 times. Things that will help you is your water and your steps. Drinking water burns calories, and getting your steps in without having to do exercise will help you burn calories. So if you're not exercising and you're not getting your steps in, I need to know so I can make an adjustment. It's so important. Stacey, your things like on auto zoom, you keep like going in and out. It's weird. Okay. Things that will help your calorie burn, types of exercises. The number one thing is a HIIT workout. You can do them with me, but you can pull them up on YouTube every day of the week. I have Apple Fit on my watch because it came with my new watch for 3 months. And then I already put it on my calendar to cancel it on August 22nd on my birthday, before it goes into payment on August 24th. But it totally gives me like a HIIT workout like yesterday and today. Like, do you want to do this HIIT workout? That's all you have to do is a HIIT workout. And that's great. The second thing to help calorie burn is running, cycling, and swimming. Not in that order. Those are the top 4. HIIT is the number 1, but then the other ones just fall into line. And I'm bringing that up because somebody asked me about how do I burn better fat calories and fitness calories so that my abs start to show? That's like the number 1 question. Because everybody always asks me, how do you have abs? Like when I do like my workouts or whatever. And I really don't work my abs ever. You don't have to work your abs because your abs are there. They're just usually covered. They're being protected. But to shed that layer, there are things that you can do to make the process go a little bit faster. And if you're already doing these things, then it's the number 1 thing is patience. Patience, because abs don't want to go anywhere. You will get shredded arms. You will get shredded quads. You will get amazing calves before your abs want to show. It sucks. And then they only show for a little while. They look really good in the morning. And then as soon as you drink water, they're gone. If you ever notice when I post like ab pictures, it's always really dark in my house. It's because I'm usually doing it at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning because I'm dehydrated and that's when they look the best. And then I'll go to Orange Theory and someone will be like, are those really your abs? Can you show me? I'm like, hell no, I can't show you. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're not there anymore. But I'll show you at 4 o'clock in the morning because that's when they're there. Because the abs have to really be dehydrated to really show. Okay. So I want to talk about how to make it go a little bit faster. Limit your alcohol. I know if you don't drink, there's nothing you could do about that. But when you drink alcohol, it's kind of like it washes your abs away. It sucks, but there's nothing you can do about it. I don't know why, but it does. Eating cleaner and less processed foods. We talked about that last week. The less processed food you eat, the quicker your abs are going to show, which I try not to eat a lot of processed foods. Eat a lot of regular food, like not processed food, and get better sleep. Well, we know that one doesn't apply to me, so I don't know why I have abs, but I don't sleep hardly ever. I get like 5 hours a night, but that will help. And then things that will help your core strength. So here's the deal. Core strength is different than having abs. However, if you have good core strength and stability, your abs will appear faster. Here are the things: squats, deadlifts, shoulder presses, and pull-ups. Pull-ups could be assisted, by the way. And the best squats are front squats. Squats, deadlifts, shoulder press, and pull-ups. When you do a squat, the best squat to do for abs, I'm going to show you guys really quick. You're going to take your dumbbells. You're going to hold them up in front of your chest. Palms are going to face in. Your feet are going to be hip width apart. You're going to bring your elbows to your knees and you're going to come back up. Right there is all about working your core and your abs, and it's going to be a game changer. If you do any squats, do them front. And go heavy. Do not be afraid that you're going to get bulky and muscly and, you know, Miss Bodybuilder. It's not going to happen. Not to anybody in this group. It just won't happen. You're not eating enough for it to do that. We're in a caloric deficit. Go heavy. Anything that is a compound movement, squat to curls, like anything we normally do in like my workouts together, you know, we always do something together. We always do like a lunge to an arm raise, or a squat to an upright row, or a squat to shoulder press, lat pull down. Any of those things burns more fat and builds more lean muscle. The more lean muscle you have, the more fat your body will burn. That is true statement. It is science. That's just how it goes. And that's why I always tell you guys to lift, lift, lift. Now, using the resistance bands are great, but you still need to lift with dumbbells. I mean, it's just, if you want to have muscle definition, like muscles, not definition, you need to use more than bands. Bands will give you definition, but you just want to go over and above. Let me just see what other my notes have. Oh, I totally passed by this. There are a couple of people that are tracking after they're eating it, because they went to the restaurant, they forgot to track it. So when they got home, they tracked it, and then it was too much. And what do I do if I ate too much? And you can't do that. You have to think ahead of time. You have to track it. It takes you 2 minutes to be like, oh, let me just track this in my app. People are on their phone all day long when they're out for dinner. Pull it out, track it, and put your phone away. Don't tell me you don't pull your phone out to check a text, right? To check your Facebook, to check my app. It takes you just as long to log your food for dinner. So please make that a priority, logging ahead of time. And then there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Remember I told you I had a couple of different things, was that yohimbine. Remember we talked about it last week about fat burning. I want to talk about that really quick. There's nothing wrong with it. And I actually ordered it. But if you have issues with caffeine, do not take it, because it could make your heart jitter, and I don't want you to blame that on me. So it has been known to do that. It's caffeine. It's a fat burner. That's what fat burners do. And a fat burner will help your abs show. So it's kind of a twofold kind of thing. Someone asked me if creatine will. No, creatine is meant for you to lift heavier. It makes you stronger. It doesn't do anything other than that. That's what creatine is meant for. And then yohimbine is all natural. And if you drink a cup of coffee a day, it's not more than that. But I just want to let people know, because people have been messaging me and saying, which yohimbine should I order? And where do I get it from? And I mean, I just go ordered it on Amazon. But I have no problem with caffeine. I drink bubblies at 10 o'clock at night with caffeine in it, the ones that are caffeine bubblies. Or I could drink an espresso at 10 o'clock at night and have no problem going to sleep. But if your doctor said to lay off the caffeine, or if your doctor said, or if you have a hard time sleeping, please don't take it. Or if you're breastfeeding or anything like that, don't take it. And that's all I have for today. I know it's a lot of information, and a lot of different things, but it kind of all comes together. We only have what, today's the 25th. So 6 days left in May, and then 17, 6, 23. So 3 weeks left of the session, right? Wow, it feels like this session took forever. 11, 15, 17. It did, didn't it? It feels like it's been a long session. So we have 3 weeks left. I think because it's a long month, 31 days, right? The session's over on the 15th.
Isn't it over May 27th?
No.
I don't know why I thought it was.
The next session starts the 18th. So that means that it would end on the, oh, do I have my dates wrong?
Yeah, you're the session after.
Okay.
This is week 6.
We started on April 18th.
I thought April 11th. No?
11th, I brought in the other people.
Oh, okay, so we move a week.
Yeah, so we do, it's what I said. So the last day would be the last day is the 10th, and we start on the 13th again. So 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks. Your sessions changed, Stacey, because I extended 1 session a week, the numbers you gave.
Okay.
And that's what's in my new everything. I have everything like automated for you guys to go start. So we're going with that. And I'll confirm the dates. I think I posted it anyway, the new session dates. So that's what we're going with. So I think it's 3 weeks. Anyway, 3 weeks. If I gave you guys extra weeks, great. I'm okay with that. It is what it is. Most of you stay on continually anyway. So I'm not doing this to become a millionaire. You guys know that. I'm just doing it for you guys to reach your goals. All right. So I'm going to get off here so I can go eat my dinner. And Sunday, I don't have classes, so I might make the workout earlier instead of 11 o'clock. That workout, I'll probably make it for like 10, 9, because they canceled my class on Sunday. And that's pretty much it. I might start adding a Monday night workout because my coaches passed their final workouts. So I no longer work on Mondays. Yes. Well, Monday nights. Yay. So I'll keep you guys all posted on all of that. And that's it. Everybody have a great night. Remember, always be badass. Thank you so much for the referrals. They mean the world to me. And bye, everyone. Remember, always be badass. Danae, did you have a question or are you just waving? Yeah, ask. I can't hear you.
I had a question on the posting from last week.
Oh, I'm gonna tally that up. It was between you and 2 other people.
I wanted to make sure, to be honest with you, I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. So I was hoping I was doing it right.
You're a freaking rock star. You're a rock star.
I got to tell my boss on one of them. So
well, the weirdest part is like my website's new and it tracks how many people, now I can see how many people like check in and how many people signed up directly from my website, which I never had before. And it had 17 inquiries from people posting, and it was only 3 people posting. I was like, this is crazy. So it was working. And it said social media posts.
okay. So I can I'll keep doing that.
Oh, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Create it flowing now when summer starts.
Oh, good. So use your affiliate codes because then it gives me that you referred that person. You'll get $10.
Oh, I still have to figure that out.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out. I'll show you at Orange Theory. Like Nicole Vitale, she's up to like $30, I think, or something like that. Because she keeps, which is good.
I have people asking. So I gotta figure that out.
Good, make some money. Just kidding. All right, everybody have a good night. I'm starving. I'm gonna go. See you guys all again next week, unless you're gonna work out with us. Bye, everyone.